Hello and welcome to my May 2024 Plan With Me video. For this month I chose a Tortured Poets Department's theme, and for those of you who have no idea what that is, it's Taylor Swift's latest album. It was launched at the end of April, so when I was thinking about a theme for May, this was very much on my mind, and I decided to simply go for it. For the cover page, I wanted to draw a typewriter for the lyrics. You left your typewriter at my apartment straight from the Torture Poets department. I wasn't going to sing that because I don't have a singing voice. And on the paper that comes out from this typewriter, I wrote All's Fair in Love and Poetry, which is part of the promotional campaign from the launch of this album. I didn't really have a theme idea for May, so the fact that I was listening to this album a lot when the end of April came made me decide for this. And also the fact that I have become quite a big Swiftie this year. That means, for normal people, a Taylor Swift fan. And I was really excited about her album launch. It really felt different. I mean, I feel like there's a before and an after, and probably I sound crazy to you if you don't know about her and how she does things. But yeah, that's how it feels for me as a fan. On the keys of the typewriter, I wrote, instead of the normal letters from the keys, for a fortnight there we were forever, which is a lyric from the Fortnite song. And honestly, I knew I wanted to write a lyric, just like a little Easter egg, as Taylor usually does. But the fact that this one fit perfectly the number of keys that I had drawn made me go for this one. On the left side of the page, I drew the Spotify installation, which I think it was in LA a few days before the album launch. And I went really complex for this one. I will insert a photo so you can see what I'm talking about. And I simply sketched it out as much as I could, with as many details as I could, from the photo of the real one. And this idea came to me. By the way, this is the calendar page you will see at the end, actually. First, I thought of drawing those drawers for the calendar. But then I thought, why not try and draw all of it? So I did, and the drawer part where you see the squares right now, that's where the calendar will be. The rest of it is purely decorative and making me proud that I made this choice. Now, adding color to all of it was very fun because this was mostly grayscale, and luckily I did have a lot of shades of gray, but I did not know how difficult it is to draw something, to color something in grayscale, if you can even call it coloring. But I did. Luckily, Tombow has enough shades of gray for this, and I have the whole set of Tombows, so I was able to choose different shades to at least make it look like there are different parts of it. Like, I used one shade of gray for the shelves. Then for the background of the shelves, what I'm coloring right now, I used a shade that's a little bit darker. For the books, you will see me using different shades so that there are multiple shades used next to each other. And at the end, I will add some golden touches. For that, I used watercolors. I have some watercolors from Faber-Castell, which have two shades of gold and silver. And then I have another shiny watercolor set, which honestly it's very no name. I think I got it from a Flying Tiger shop, but I'm not entirely sure, when I was on a trip. But even if it's no name, the colors are amazing and they sparkle so nicely. I will add a flip through at the end, and I will try to show you a close-up of these colors. And from this set, from Flying Tiger, I used a rusty color for a mailbox that's rusted. And if you are a Taylor Swift fan and you know about this installation, you might remember that there was a rusty mailbox there. Another detail I wanted to add, I know a lot of people were speculating that these drawers here were symbolizing the months that she was in a relationship with Joe Alwyn. And some of the drawers were open and had flowers and other things in them, and people were also speculating that this means something, that something happened in those months. So I wanted to kind of personalize this in my case, and I added some flowers for a few of the drawers when we had some events for the month. There were a lot of events in May. I was moderating a conference. I attended the wedding of a very dear cousin of mine. We have some friends that had birthdays this month, so there were a lot of things going on. And I wanted to somehow symbolize them on this pseudo calendar. You can imagine I did not really use it as a calendar. I mean, look at it, it's so detailed and full. But I wanted to add this little detail, which is tailored to me, not to, well, Taylor. Telling you that May has been an eventful month, and it has been so right from the beginning. So I didn't manage to finish the whole setup when I started it, which is why now we're gonna fast forward to last week, when I finally had time to come back and finalize these sketches that I had. For the mood tracker, which is what I'm drawing right now, I went for trying to draw Taylor in the Fortnite music video with the papers flying around, and each paper is the mood I had on one day. I had the sketch for it in the beginning of the month, but I didn't have time to finalize it. So I did use it. I colored in the papers as the days were going by, but the whole design was not finalized until sometime last week. To be honest, I'm more proud about the sketch than the final result, because Taylor's dress here is supposed to be black, and when I will add the color, you will not be able to see much of the details, and I don't really know how to make them pop up on paper. Maybe I'll try to make this on my iPad as well and see if I can solve the issue, and if I can make the details show up. Make sure you follow me on Instagram in case you want to see it, if I ever do it. I don't know, it was just a spur of the moment idea. On the right side, I was supposed to make some habit trackers. At least that's how I intended it in the beginning. And they were supposed to look like some folders with evidence. Again, if you know Taylor and the promotional campaign of this album release, you know what I'm talking about. But I did not make them, so I didn't have what to use during the month. And when I came back to finalize the mood tracker, I decided to repurpose this page. You will see soon that I will make it my review of the month page. I'm really curious if you're watching this. Are you a Taylor Swift fan? How do you find the new album? How do you find my bullet journal theme that's inspired by the new album? I'd be really interested to know, so you can feel free to leave a comment below and we can chat about it. I don't really have Swiftie friends, not many anyways, and I cannot really obsess about it with anyone besides my boyfriend, who's kind of tired about hearing about it. So if you're into Taylor and you want to chat, feel free to leave a comment and we'll start there. As I was saying, here is my review of the month page, where I added a very specific title, which is Let's Review the Evidence. And now it's time for a promotional break, let's call it, where my cat shows up. I think it's a tradition already. I think she's there in all the videos. Here she just decided to sit on my notebook, as often happens. Getting back to the setup, however, I wanted to keep the same idea with folders, and I have a folder for what I was watching this month, one for what I was reading, and one for what's been happening. This was my May 2024 bullet journal setup with the Tortured Poets Department inspired theme. I hope you liked it. Here's a final flip through, and let me know in the comments what do you think of it. If you like Taylor, what else you would like to see on this channel, what other themes or what other kind of videos. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel for upcoming videos. See you soon!